welcome to livealittlehigher.com. We begin learning again. We're restarting the learning of the book of the Beis Halevi on Ahavas Israel, on love of every Jew. And we're in chapter 5 of the book, where it says, I am Hashem, Ani Hashem. And it begins saying that, that in chapter 12 of Pirkei Avot, we find that it says that Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar says, with a major oath, he says, you shall love your fellow as yourself, I am Hashem. And he takes it from the book of Vayikra, where it's in our Torah, that we are commanded, it's a commandment that we have to love our fellow like ourselves. And so who created him? It says, I am Hashem, because it ends up, you shall love your fellow as yourself, Ani Hashem, I am God. And so who created him? Ask. If you love him, I can be trusted to give you a reward. And if you do not show him love, I am a judge to exact payment. So what it's saying here, what is this all about? What is it saying here? So in the commentary it says that this verse, ve'ahavta l'recha kamoha, to love your fellow as yourself, is a commandment to love a fellow Jew. Like, we are obliged. You cannot hate anybody. The verse concludes with the words, I am God, I am Hashem. So the Beis Halevi now quotes the Rabbi Nassan in the Pirkei Avot, who offers two interpretations of these concluding words of I am Hashem. So the Beis Halevi will expound on these two explanations. So we see that in the Appendix A of the book, it talks about incentives and benefits, because it's telling us that if we don't love, then we're gonna be punished, right? It's like a reward and punishment thing. So it says, as mentioned, Ahava Israel, to love your fellow, is a mitzvah just like any other mitzvah. Like, you have to keep Shabbos, you have to be kosher, you have to give it your maser, your tzedakah, you have to pray, you have to learn Torah, you have to honor your parents. All these mitzvahs, to love your fellow is really part of the 613 commandments. And it says that the reward for this mitzvah has no measurement. Like, there's nothing in this world that can come to repay such a mitzvah. And it says, however, our sages mentioned many side benefits to this mitzvah of love of your fellow that one gains from fulfilling this awesome mitzvah. And although, like all the other mitzvot, the mitzvah of Ahavas Israel should be performed solely Leshem Shamayim, it has to be done for the sake of heaven, not with ulterior motives, then we see that for the sake of heaven, nevertheless, knowing these benefits can be a healthy incentive. So what it's saying is, like, people like to know what effect they're having in the world when they're doing things. Like, okay, maybe I don't know what the real payment for this mitzvah is going to be in my lifetime, but at least I know that there's something that I can have a benefit from. So, for example, if a person decides to eat a healthy way, to have a healthy lifestyle, he's going to go to the gym every day, he's going to eat healthy, he's going to take care of his health. Okay, maybe the person is not going to live 100 years. You don't know what genetically he's predisposed to. But at least while he's keeping this way of life, he's going to see that he's feeling better, that his weight is a normal, nice weight, that he can get dressed and he looks nice, he's going to have energy, he's going to have all these benefits, okay? So additionally, the great benefits testify to the amazing power of the mitzvah, and we will list just a few of them. So now in this appendix, it's going to tell us about how we can see the benefits. So Mesilas Yesharim makes a powerful statement, and it says, Hashem loves only those who love the Jewish people. And the more one increases his love for the Jewish people, the more Hashem will increase his love for him. Okay? And we know and we see that those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. It's in the Torah. So he continues, and many people understand this. So he continues, those who give priority to the welfare of the Jewish people are the true shepherds of Israel, in whom Hashem takes great pleasure. Who are the true leaders whom Hashem desires? Those who give themselves over entirely for his flock, who seek and look after their good in every way. And this is fascinating. We generally think that the one who will be chosen as a leader is someone who is very learned. It's a great tzaddik, it's someone that learns a lot, is a very pious person, very, very, very righteous. But here, it's telling us, the Mesilas Yesharim, is telling us that we are wrong. The number one criteria is that the potential leader must have immense love and care for the Jewish people. So for those who are not Jewish, that sometimes listen to these classes, just know that just the fact that you love the Jewish people, that you love the Torah, means that for Hashem, you're in a top priority, you're number one. So Mesilas Yesharim offers the analogy of a father and his son. A father who sees that someone takes very good care of his son, always wanting the best for the child, will definitely love this person greatly. So we know when we put our kids in school and there's this very special teacher that takes a lot of time with your child, it's trying to help your children excel and be the best, and he loves your child, you're going to have an extra special place in the heart. This teacher is going to have a very special place in your heart. So what greater pleasure is there for a father than to see how well his son is doing? So too Hashem is our Father. And when he sees how much we care about others, treating them as brothers and loving them genuinely, he has immense pleasure. And he will love such a person without end. So here it's not only talking about non-Jewish people loving the Jewish people, it's talking also about us Jewish people loving our brothers and sisters. Because it's the same thing. So imagine that an angel were to whisper in your ear, I just overheard Hashem saying that he loves you. Imagine your joy. You would be drunk with excitement, dancing and singing forever. We all want to be loved by God. How do we gain his love? And the Mesilas Yesharim is teaching us the secret. Love the Jewish people. If you learn to love the Jewish people, then it's like God is whispering in your ear and he's saying, I love you. Because if you love the Father, you have to love his children. And the Jewish people are God's children. They're the firstborn. So think about a teacher who has a difficult child in his classroom, but the child father is a billionaire. And for the past 10 years, starting in preschool, the man would buy a summer home for any teacher who treated his son well. In that case, no matter how challenging this child may be, the teacher will put effort into this child. He would love him, care for him, and never lose his patience with him. He really wants that summer home. So too, if someone loves the Jewish people, even those who are hard to love, because there's many people who are not easy to love, I tell you, there's very hard people to love, but nevertheless, you love them. And it doesn't mean that you're their best friends. It doesn't mean that you hang around with them all day. It doesn't mean that you think that the way they think it's okay. This is not what it's saying. What it means is that when you love a person, you don't harm that person. You don't do things to that person that are harmful to them. And if that person needs help, you'll run and help them. So Hashem loves him. Isn't it worthwhile to be given Hashem's love, which brings with it all the bounty in the world, and not to be just slightly loved by Hashem, but to be exceedingly loved by Hashem? So I see that today there's many people going to Israel, a lot of Instagrammers, a lot of influencers that are not Jewish. They're taking their time to go to Israel and explore Israel and see it with their own eyes. And you see how this love of the land of Israel and the Jewish people really is palpable in them. They love Israel. They love the Jewish people, and in reality, this brings a lot of of blessing to these people's lives in a world where they are hating the Jewish people, because it's overwhelming the amount of hatred that there is today. Know that those who take a step back and they go to the right and they take time to love the Jewish people, Hashem has great reward for you. So I want to leave you here, and remember, live a little higher. Thank you.